1, 2, 3.
Okay. As in,
I was on the roll.
okay. Right, so, yes. Okay. So,
Oh god, personality.
okay.
4 hours later. Hey guys, welcome.
Hey guys, in this video we're going to be talking about electives, basically what an elective is, who can do an elective, where to go on an elective, and our experiences to do with electives. This is Yewande.
Hi.
Yewande went on an elective last year, and I am planning to go on one this year, so we thought we'd basically discuss it together and hopefully it can be helpful for you guys, or for us, for me at least, yeah, because I need a few tips as well.
Yeah, so basically an elective is when you go abroad, or you can decide to stay in the UK, it's up to you, and you just carry out dental work in a different environment, somewhere that you're not really used to. You can stay for as long as you want there. People stay for 6 months, some people stay for 2 weeks. It's just definitely a chance for you to use your dental skills that you've been learning and just put them to good use.
Okay, so then people who can do electives are, so obviously dentists. If you're in any kind of healthcare profession, so if you're doing medicine, nursing, physiotherapy, pharmacy, occupational therapy, basically anything. Healthcare. Yeah, so I think there's like opportunities for a lot of people to go out and do electives. So it's definitely something that Yewande has recommended.
Yeah. So you should do an elective from around like 3rd year onwards, because that's when you're going to have learned all your skills. When you're in 1st and 2nd year, we just mainly learn about like biology and science, so you probably wouldn't have like actually learned any proper dentistry.
Yeah, and we're too nervous to kind of actually practice on people, so let alone like going abroad and doing that on someone.
Yeah, so. Exactly. So by the time you get to 3rd year, you've got all that knowledge, you've got all those skills to actually do an elective abroad. So I definitely recommend it from 3rd year onwards.
And if you aren't in 3rd year yet, or if you don't even do like medicine, dentistry, whatever, and you want to go abroad, there's things like Gap Medics. That's something I went on when I was 18. So basically if you're over 16 you can do that, but it's basically just shadowing. So if you do dentistry, it's like you watching a dentist, and it's something you can do in the UK. So I recommend, if you do something like Gap Medics, it's not the same as an elective, so I would recommend applying to something like a hospital placement rather than just shadowing a dentist, because that's something you can do here. So if you do an elective in the UK, it's based on more like working in a different healthcare setting, and getting like different experiences in the UK. So you know what like working outside of your university is like. And then if you go abroad, so you can go to a developing country and provide relief work, and basically they need people that are really hands-on and have a bit of experience. So like we said, go after 3rd year. And then if you go, basically you can go anywhere in the UK or abroad, like in the EU or outside the EU, and basically go to learn about like advanced procedures and equipment, and probably you won't be able to do that in a developing country. So you have loads of different options of where you can go and your reasons for going to those places. Yeah,
literally, they're just, as Com said, there's so many options. You might pick a country that's been like close to your heart for a while. So I decided to go to Ghana, because that was the closest country to Nigeria, which is where I was born. And I just felt like I wanted to just experience like a new sort of culture and a different environment. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter where the destination is. It just, as long as you're able to make a positive impact where you're at, or just learn from your environment, that's the main thing, to be honest. I just thought that I wanted to do something where I'd be able to use the skills that I've learned in dentistry to be able to like help other people that might have limited access to dental care. And I feel like in the UK we're quite privileged to get all the education that we have, and some people have never even been taught about how to take care of their teeth and their oral hygiene. So I just thought it'd be good, because I enjoy teaching people, I enjoy like teaching kids especially, so I thought it'd be nice to just go there and just sort of teach them and leave some resources there as well, so they'll be able to use it after I've left. I feel like it's just definitely an opportunity for you to just get new skills, and experience a new culture, and it's just really good to just travel.
My reasons are the same as yours really. So travelling to Asia, so I'm doing my elective in Cambodia. Obviously going to countries in Asia, so I'm going to Cambodia, Thailand, Vietnam and Laos, so that is yeah, that's really like, that was on my bucket list for ages. So doing that and doing an elective, like crossing that over and being able to help people whilst I'm like travelling and getting so many experiences is obviously, why would I not do it? I've been abroad to volunteer before, but it's never been like using skills that I personally have. So I've been volunteering in Morocco, and that was kind of, we helped like build a road. So it was like,
nice.
Yeah, but it's something that I obviously didn't have the skill to do. I was just kind of helping. Like, this is going to be like, I'm directly making an impact on someone, or hopefully a lot of people. And yeah, so that's my reason for doing it. It'll be nice to practice my skills, and it'll be nice to like teach people oral hygiene and like get people out of pain. And I know it's going to be really rewarding. So yeah, that's why I wanted to do dentistry in the first place. So it'll be like a nice taster of what it's going to be like to help people.
So planning an elective can be one of the hardest parts. You can either decide to plan it all by yourself, or you can get help from an organisation. And I took the route of getting help from an organisation because it makes it like 10 times easier.
I don't know many people that have planned it by themselves, because I feel like there's too many technicalities, and you have to like get I don't even know how you would do that. It's
definitely easier to go with an organisation. Like, there's so many different ones out there. So you've got Work the World, you've got one-to-one, you've got Around Good People. I decided to go with Work the World because someone recommended it to me, and when I looked them up, they looked quite established. So yeah, and they just basically made it easier. All I had to do was raise the money, and they sorted out everything, like accommodation, the food I was going to eat, the hospital I was going to be at. I just had to raise money for flights and to obviously pay them to sort it out.
Like I said, I'm doing my elective in Cambodia. I'm doing it with one-to-one. So mine was literally like yours. The application's quite straightforward. So they sort out everything. I just had to book my flights. So I had to prove obviously what level of study I'm at. I had to give them a reference letter.
Yeah, I had to give a reference as well.
Which is really straightforward. Like, it's literally like a member of staff just saying, yeah, they're fine. So
just checking if you're like a good person.
Yeah, and then you need to provide proof that you've booked your flights and stuff before they kind of finalise your placement. So how did you raise the money? I know you did loads of stuff. So Yewande's got a vlog. I didn't know, put it up on
YouTube. So if you check out my channel, just search Yewande, or Como will leave a link in the description box. So I've got like a video about how I raised money, talking about like my whole experience, but I'll summarise it. So I basically I started off with like a GoFundMe page, because when everyone wants to fundraise, start a GoFundMe page. That's the first thing I thought of. And then afterwards I just started to think, okay, what skills do I have to offer? What would people sort of like pay for? And at that time I just started getting into fitness more. So I was like, oh, you know what, I could hold like a fitness class, because I guess people like to get fit, you know. And I thought I could push myself out of my comfort zone and actually try and like teach a session, because that's something I had never done before either. So yeah, I just made a poster, put it around campus, made like a Facebook event, and got people to come, and people just paid to come and like take part in the class, and it actually went really well.
It was fun.
Come came.
I got fit.
I also used some money from my I have like an eyebrow threading business where I do eyebrows in uni, so I used some money from that. And yeah, all of it just added up, and I eventually met my fundraising target, which was good. So you just have to think of things that you can offer. Maybe you can bake cakes, maybe that's your skill. You can cook, there's so many different things. You can sell some of like your art pieces, I don't know what your talents are. Just have a good think, and search as well. There's different websites online that give you ideas about different ways to raise money as well. I emailed a charity called Well Connected, and they managed to give me some donations to take there, which was really good. So try and get in contact with different charities. People are always willing to help at the end of the day, if you just tell them what you're doing there and how it's going to benefit people.
I know there's this whole thing with electives, like I'm not paying for you to go on holiday, but which is fair enough. So obviously it's not really a holiday. So if you explain to people what you're actually going for and what you're doing, rather than just being like, hello, can you fund me for my elective? More people would be willing, and maybe like if you show them afterwards what you've achieved, like Yewande has made.
Because I made sure like throughout my elective I was like informing people, whether it was through my Instagram page or like YouTube or word of mouth, exactly what I wanted to do. So just make sure you keep people informed and you're not just gonna go blow blow the money.
So speaking of GoFundMe pages, basically there's 4 of us going on this elective, and we've already paid for our flights and the actual elective placement. So what we're trying to raise money for is actually the things we're going to provide the people there. So we want to leave something there for them rather than just going there for 2 weeks and then just coming back and being like, oh, anyway, let's forget about that. So we want to actually, you took quite a few things as well. So I'll leave a link down below, and if you could donate anything, that would be great. And I'll leave kind of like a description of where the money is going as well.
Ghana was just such an amazing experience overall. I managed to just do a lot of things that I didn't really think I'd get to do. So I feel like my favourite part of the whole experience was just going to the orphanages, going to the communities and being able to just teach them about oral hygiene. Like I remember the kids got really stuck in, they were really interested in the models. They even took it off me and started showing each other how to brush, and it was just really nice seeing that. And I feel like because I've like implemented that first step of like oral hygiene education, it's something that they'd be able to remember and just like sort of pass on to the future generations, hopefully. And like even in the hospital in itself, I saw things that literally they teach us in dental school. So a guy came in with like a big lump in his jaw, and it turned out to be a carotid cyst, and that was something that I only just saw in textbooks. So seeing it in real life was really just like, wow. Obviously like getting people out of pain, so managed to do quite a few extractions there. Like we are actually PPE was like outwards. Like it really makes you realise how different dentistry is in the UK.
And how lucky we are.
We are. Like when I got there, they had 2 dental chairs, and one of the dental chairs was broken, and the one that we were using, the light wasn't working, so we had to like use the light from our phone to see what we were doing. And if we were to do that in the UK, it would be like, what? Like, how are you doing that? So, and even the equipment, like even for extractions, it was just like one forceps. You know how we have like so many different ones for different, but they used what they had and they managed to do the dentistry. And it just made me think that, okay, with their limited resources, they still managed to do the dentistry. And it was really inspiring to see, just talking to the dentist there as well. He gave me a lot of support, and at the end I actually didn't want to leave. I was so like, like I had formed such strong relationships there. Even on the weekends you get to go and explore the country, so I had never been to Ghana before, and it was just nice going to like the museums there and learning about like history.
I was really jealous of that part.
But yeah, it's an experience that I definitely recommend anyone to go on, really, and something that I remember for the rest of my life and I don't regret. And I'm sure you're going to have a great time.
When I was doing research, I found this elective photo competition on the DDU website, and you basically get £80 worth of gift vouchers. I'll put the details down below. But if you've already been on an elective or you plan to go on one, remember to take a camera and take some nice pictures, and you could win some money. So thank you for watching our video. As always, if you have any questions for me or for Yewande, you can comment below and we'll try and reply to them. You can email us or you can DM us. I'll leave links to our social medias.